Nobody actions look like that. What's up, y'all?
Well, we like face off of there. Y'all know I make me feel comfortable.
Y'all can see her face pretty clearly, right? What she look? She look light skinned.
I don't have no shadows on my face.
Not yet. Hey, y'all tune on in. Y'all know it's the 4th. We've been talking about this episode for a long time.
It's the 3rd. Y'all pay y'all rent today?
It's the 3rd. You're right. After the 5th is the late charge.
No, my cousin apartment told her the 3rd is late.
Oh.
What kind of appointments is them?
Oh, Mr. Larry.
You gonna have to call old Mr. Larry.
Hey, y'all come on in. Make sure you like this, share this, subscribe it. This is a special episode.
Yeah.
We usually don't shoot on this day.
Talk to y'all on them days when we generally don't be on here BS and giving y'all data and entertainment and news and stuff.
So we're going to give y'all about another minute to tune in. We usually don't shoot on this day, but today is a special day. I've been told.
It's Independence Day.
A celebratory day.
Independence Day Eve.
It is Independence Day Eve. That is true. We're sharing this while you're also sharing it.
Please share, support Black people and Black people shows. We were supposed to start right at 7 and it's 7:13, so we're right on time.
Right on time.
Because we love you. Y'all hear that? Y'all feel that? Y'all got some barbecue out there marinating?
Short skirts.
Like and share, like and share.
Get yours first. Them other niggas secondary. That type of illin' that be filling up the cemetery. It's like the temporary. Hey y'all, thanks for tuning in on the D.E.N. Data, Entertainment, and News. Celebrating the 4th like no one else can.
Yes, indeed.
It ain't even started yet and we turn it up. Hey, y'all, happy 3rd. Happy July 4th Eve to everyone that's tuning in, regardless of how you take upon this day, whether you see it special or not. That's what we're here to talk about. This is the only day I trust somebody on the side of the road, cooking some food. That's my homeboy. Rashid is a little bit more uppity than me.
Y'all know I'm bougie at all.
But I have no problem taking food off the side of the road from that smoker. I'm getting all of that.
Y'all know he soaked that meat in his bathtub before he came.
Mm-hmm.
I can't fucks with it.
That's how they did in the 1800s.
What y'all wearing tomorrow? Y'all got y'all 4th of July suit laying across the bed right now? Hanging up on the door?
Boots, suits, hat.
Got your hair dooted and booted?
Ready to do the 2-step boogie.
Yes, indeed.
Ready to scoot it. Hey, make sure y'all on for the 4th. And of course, we're talking about fireworks, of course, firecrackers. If it's legal where you are.
Yeah, y'all go outside the city limits.
Yeah. Let's save ourselves on that and put that legal disclaimer. Okay.
Is you free?
And that's what we're here to talk about. You can niggas can't even pop fireworks.
Well,
you know we got to go through the questions, y'all.
It's to keep us safe. Ain't that to keep us safe?
That's what I've been told. But that's what we're here to talk about, you know. That's what we're here to explore, to reflect upon. See, here at the D.E.N, we don't think the 4th is a day to celebrate.
What was niggas doing in 1776?
That's why we don't think today is a day to celebrate.
We got one on the line. We love you, baby. Come on in.
Come on in. We're talking about
with us.
Come fuck with us. We're talking about whether or not we should celebrate today and
tomorrow.
Whether we should celebrate today, tomorrow, whether we should go on the side of the road and try out Mr. Larry's barbecue and send out that mass text that you've been saving all week. You know, we here to talk about what the fuck is in America. That's pretty much the questions we got.
Nigga, is you free?
What the fuck is a freedom? And what the fuck has changed too?
I live in fear every day. I do, man. I ain't got enough money for half the shit we need. I don't know. That's just talking about me, though. Y'all don't want to hear nothing about me.
Tell us about the kind of fear you go through on a day-to-day basis. What kind of fear you wake up with this morning? Tell us, Sheeta. And what kind of fear y'all wake up with? I know you think about bills and all kind of stuff. I know Sheeta's not the only one waking up sweating.
Man, I be scared walking when I see the police. I just know how deadly they are. That gang right there, I ain't never been scared of the Crips and the Bloods and shit like I'm scared of the Blue.
That thick ass solid blue line. Striking hard.
And you don't never know who the Blue is. They could be anybody. If you black, you pretty much black.
You know,
but if you blue, you come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. They might not respect you the same, but they got different kind of members.
The different kind of members reflects that there's always been kind of two different Americas. One set of America and another set of America. Even when you think about what is America and how was America founded, it was founded by and for straight, land-owning white man, period. So even though you got all these other people in the country, we celebrating Happy Independence Day, the day that the colonies was granted independence by Great Britain, their colonizer, right? People who look just like them. So when we look at what the fuck is America, that's what the fuck is America, a place created by and for straight, land-owning white men.
Slaves were rebelling around the same time as they were signing and fighting for their independence from Great Britain.
Yes, they were. Two different Americas. You talking about the blue line, boys in blue? Depending on what you look like, they might treat you different. Two different Americas. I'm gonna post one article in the in the chat section. I see some people are tuning in. Make sure y'all like and share this.
Yes, indeed. Share us. Like us. What y'all doing for the 4th? What you wearing, girl?
Yeah,
you got your hair did?
Let us know what y'all doing for the 4th. We always had two different Americas when we talk about what is America. Who was America when it was free? Well, before America was so-called free, you had a rebellion, right? 1739. I'm going to share an article. It's called the Stono Rebellion, led by an Angolan named Jimmy with an E. God damn it. A band of 20 slaves organized a rebellion on the banks of Stono River. That's in South Carolina. September 9th, 1739. That's about 40 years before the colonies were free, so-called free. Right. Whoever was free.
They independence. They won their independence.
There.
While they had their foot on our neck.
Their independence. You know, 40 years after the freaking July independence, it was our boy Nat Turner.
Yeah. Denmark Vesey a few years before him, like we was turning up. I hate to hear, people say, we ain't our ancestors. They whooping your ass through your digital fingerprint. Mm-hmm. You ain't even got the beater and they whooping your ass. And you don't talk to them like you talk to us. So we need to quit playing. We are our ancestors. You better look around. And while we're running around here trying to celebrate, we need to think about which America are we from. It has absolutely been two Americas. And to pretend otherwise is to stay asleep. I don't know what you're going to do with the information, but don't deny it. Basic history shows us, that we weren't a part of this independence that we celebrate. And I know for me, it was always just about firecrackers and barbecues, ribs.
Any opportunity to not reflect. And that's what this is what the episode is about. You can eat your barbecue because I'm gonna go eat me some barbecue after this. Go eat your barbecue. Go light one up, okay? We're just saying that this is a day to reflect. And whenever we get an opportunity to reflect on something important, it's usually a day that we off from working all week, all month, all year. And they say, well, why don't you just go party? Don't you dare be in solace and think about this day. Especially don't think about it with a group of people.
Right.
You know, that's the part of stuff we was reading earlier. You know, they were preventing slaves from being in groups of people, preventing slaves from reading.
The first thing we have to do in order to put this into perspective is to admit the truth. Admit what your lineage is. If you're a descendant of a slave, that does not make you any less of a person. What that means is that this here land that we live on, they owe us some shit. They owe us some shit. And if we're going to, we can't have it both ways. Say, oh, it's our Independence Day, and then turn around and say, oh, they don't owe us no reparations, though. That's too friendly, my nigga.
Hey, that's exactly how y'all sound too. Do it one more time.
No, I can't do it. It gotta be natural.
Nah, you're right. Listen. It's a lot of schizophrenic behavior going on around here. And that's a part of the schizophrenia. Okay. That needs to be addressed.
We want to put it all behind us. And rightfully so. This shit is awful. Every moment that we spend immersed in this failure is unnerving, but we have to address it. And the fact that we need to address it is etched into everything that's going on till this day. Reparations that we still have yet to even begin to discuss about.
There was a survey, and I might post a link in here. And thanks for everyone tuning in on the chat right now. We see y'all.
Yes, okay? Indeed, and we love you. Come on, man. We need your input. We need you to talk to us and let us know what you think, because this ain't about being guilty about celebrating the 4th of July. We're much too sensitive in society today. Yep. If somebody say something that you don't agree with, you know, that's okay. Yep. It's okay. And this ain't about guilting you. This is about recognizing who you are and where you stand.
Yep. It's their reflection.
In a society where everything is political, you can pretend like it's not if you want to, but all these politics are working against you. And today, like Bab so eloquently said, is a day of reflection. You don't have to feel guilty. Get your smoky ribs, soak them.
Yeah.
Let me know what time they're gonna be getting done, because I really don't eat ribs that much, but
beef ribs, yeah. I mean, y'all got the hotline. Let us know. Hit us in the DM. We'll come through. You know, when we move on to the next question, someone in the chat said that what the fuck is a freedom? Oh, so maybe Sheeta could help me with what the fuck is a freedom.
Freedom is a very elusive myth that we hear a lot about, that we would like to achieve. Liberation, freedom. Who said what the fuck is a freedom? That's some real shit. Oh shit. I don't know how to do shit no more, y'all. But what the fuck is a freedom? Which America are you from? Did you know, or did you even realize? Did you take time to notice that there are two different Americas? How do you identify yourself? One of the things that we would like to do as an entity from the D.E.N is to make you aware that everything that you do is political. Your life, your very life is political, especially when you are a descendant of American slaves.
Sorry, y'all. We're having some difficulties right now.
Yeah, he moving and jiggling shit. Make my nerves bad. I gotta sip my wine. What do y'all think, man? What's going on? Are we wrong for saying that we should tell the truth every day of the week, even on Independence Day?
Listen, when we talk about freedom, you know, there's so many levels of freedom. You know, people act like freedom is like a linear type of thing. And let's say you have a black person who's a felon, a black man who's a felon, who is supposedly free, right? He's not in jail, versus a straight white man. Right there, we already see that there's different levels of freedom. So freedom is not just a thing. Freedom, there's so many different levels of freedom. And supposedly, you know, our freedom is protected by or delineated rather by our rights. That's in the Bill of Rights in the Constitution. Supposedly, right? You got Amendment 1, 2, 3, whatever, and you're supposed to have Amendment 6, right to a lawyer, assistance of counsel. And you got so many places where you sitting in jail for 3 or 4 months and you ain't even seen a lawyer. You ain't seen no trial. You ain't seen nothing. There's so many places where all rights are not even being afforded. No pun intended. You got so many people who can't even afford their rights. Can you afford a lawyer? You got $10,000 on the side anywhere? Because if you do,
every time I got hemmed up, they stuck their foot all the way in my ass. I never had the money. But I always said I was a political prisoner. I told everybody that. And I was in debtor's prison. I wouldn't have been there had I had money, like you said. Yep. Independence. Whose Independence Day are we celebrating? Or is their independence worthy of us celebrating it? What kind of sauce you using on them ribs?
I want to know if anybody would trust their freedom to hinge on a tax attorney. Let's say you kill someone and a tax attorney comes out. I might post this link in the chat, y'all. In Louisiana, they don't got no money for public defenders, right? Amendment 6 supposed to have assistant counsel. Here's an article right here in The Guardian that says, I just got another one this week, a tax attorney who admits he has never argued a case in court. It's like a dentist doing a heart surgery. It's like if we told a prosecutor to do a medical malpractice suit. What if private lawyers were appointed to be DAs, says Steve Baker, an adoption attorney. These are some of the quotes in the article where they're talking about the lack of money in the public defender's office. So if you're in Louisiana and you get arrested for killing someone and you don't have enough money for an attorney, you're already screwed. And then if you don't have an attorney, they're going to give you like a tax attorney. One more article that says, when you don't have an adequate defense, when you don't have a zealous defense, you're just running a mill for processing people into prison. Louisiana has the highest incarceration rate in the country. No surprise there. And also one of the highest rates of exonerations. Again, no surprise there. Similar lawsuits have been filed in at least 6 other states. Earlier this year, Louisiana federal judge threw out a lawsuit brought by the ACLU when the New Orleans office stopped taking new felony clients. But the ruling was clear, quote, Louisiana has failed miserably at upholding its obligations to provide lawyers for defendants who cannot afford private counsel. So what do you do when you don't have money? If you can't actualize the rights that people say you got, do you actually even have rights? And if you're unable to actualize rights, do you actually have freedom? Are you able to exercise what you want to do in a free state?
I always feel like Miss Sophia in my encounters with the police. I always feel like Miss Sophia. Having a teenage black son was very interesting because from the time he was 11 on out, he was stopped and frisked and stopped and asked and stopped and, detained and all kind of shit. It was real. It's real.
And what did he ever feel, or did you ever feel like there was ever any recourse for that? Because it's not like you can file a lawsuit. Again, do you have $5,000-$10,000 to file a lawsuit that you might lose?
Man, I had to be a good nigga out there to get my son back where he needed to be, because when I said anything about a right, they handcuffed him. When I, cheesed up and said, "Oh, I didn't know," or whatever the hell, made it better, they eased up on him. It's deep. Independence. Independence from what? What the fuck is freedom?
Hey, the new people who's tuning in, Dominique is in the chat room.
Hey, Dominique.
We got a Shatima Taylor in the chat room as well.
Shatima and Dominique, don't be jumping in the chat. What? You inbox Shatima. Don't be using our platform to speak
Dominique,
to our people.
Share this, Dominique.
Right.
You need to share this for real.
No, he got some ribs on the grill. He ain't no good.
Hey, those ribs are done. Okay, it's like 14 hours. We're talking about freedom. We're talking about America. We're talking about how there's nothing wrong with eating ribs today. So go ahead and eat your ribs.
Tomorrow. He thinks today is Independence Day.
We're reflecting on the 4th, on the 3rd. Okay. Eat your ribs, but tune in with us. Make sure you like it, share it. Make
sure you're aware of self.
Yeah.
If you're a descendant of a slave, you have a very unique lineage, and they compare us to so many. But as they are making their comparisons, I want you to make your comparisons as well. You are a full American. Go back to shit. This is your shit over here. So if you take nothing else from this, know that you are an American. That's not what we're saying. We just want to know, what America are you from?
Because there's two different Americas.
There's two different Americas. They have consecutively handled Black America in a certain way that they don't handle anyone else.
We're gonna go to, and if y'all want those, well, I'm not even gonna ask y'all because I really don't care. Okay, I'm about to share 2 links in the chat of the Louisiana public defenders. If you don't have any money in Louisiana, you might be defended by a tax attorney. What are rights? Okay.
Who gonna make the potato salad? That's a sensitive topic.
No raisins.
You better not put no damn raisins in the potato salad.
Speaking about slave rebellions, I'm gonna get on one more quick rebellion. The same Stono Rebellion in South Carolina. They passed a Security Act in 1739, which required all white men to carry firearms to church on Sunday. What better day to carry firearms, right?
At church, because them niggas might rebel today.
Niggas might rebel.
Stay ready to keep from getting ready.
Yes. After the Stono Rebellion, authorities moved to reduce provocations for rebellion. That means they reduce ways to provoke Black folk.
Be nice to your niggas.
So,
if you love your nigga, hug your nigga. I'm sorry.
If you love your nigga, hug your nigga. Masters were imposed fines for excessive work and brutal punishment, and a school was started so that slaves could learn Christian doctrine. So not so they can learn like math and stuff. No, forget about that. A school was started so you can learn Christian doctrine. So since like
I was beating to you, baby. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, since a long time they've been bringing Christians and Bibles and pastors to quell Black folk. We're talking about slave rebellions in the 1700s and the 1800s.
The same Christian Trump is today is the same Christians that inducted us into Christianity.
The same ones. Mm-hmm. The same ones. So people's been rebelling forever. They've been rebelling during independence, after independence, during the Constitution, after the Constitution. So today is a perfect day to reflect on that. So eat your barbecue, but make sure you reflect on it. Shout out to Harry Kennedy. Shout out to D.E.N. Shout out to y'all.
Come on in. Thank y'all for coming. What y'all wearing tomorrow? Who having a pool party?
What y'all wearing tomorrow? Invite us to the barbecue. Hey, the D.E.N gets down with barbecue. Don't let none of that fool you.
What significance does the 4th of July hold in your life as a descendant of slaves?
Ooh.
Does it?
It's getting hot in here.
Do you know you're a descendant of slaves?
Who? I'm a what? I'm from Galveston.
I'm from Crenshaw Mafia.
I'm from Galveston. Come on, man.
Oh, Lord.
Come on, y'all. And so there's some different ways that people talk about getting free, and I think we should look at some of the ways people talk about getting free, right? Why are you looking at me like that? Don't look at me like that.
I just wish I knew what the ways was. I've been trying to get free for a long time. I'm ignorant.
You're supposed to do, which is pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
By my bootstraps.
And start a business. That's all you got to do.
I didn't know boots had straps. My boots didn't have none.
All you got to do is pull yourself up by your bootstraps. our stream just froze for a second. I don't know if we're froze, but
man,
our machine froze for a second.
It's summertime.
Some ways people tell us. Stupid. Some ways people tell us to get free by pulling yourself up by your bootstraps and just starting a business. So there was a business. If you're in Dallas, there's a business who was vandalized, is what the news used. The store was vandalized, and the AC stopped working, right? Of course, you guys probably know the store. I am going to post the link in the chat section.
Our beloved Pan-African Connection.
Our beloved Pan-African Connection. I think the only Black-owned bookstore in the city now.
So rich with our history.
I think there's another one in Arlington or Fort Worth, but I don't think there's any other one in Dallas. And basically what happened is that somebody broke the rooftop units. Someone was like, this store is a pain in the ass, and it's not doing anything useful, I guess. And
that's deep.
And they were just like, I'm going to break these units.
Niggas can't stand the heat. They going to break the units. I get it.
I mean, they got pop-up markets. They be giving out food, clothing. Right. All kind of community events, and somebody was just like, nah, fuck all that.
And they knew it was gonna cost some bread. What they say was $20,000 worth of damage.
$20,000 worth of damage. And in the link I just sent, I'm gonna just read one section, and I'm just asking questions because I don't know. That's what you do when you don't know. You ask questions. Right. It says, a couple of days after the unit broke, they were trying to raise money. And CW33 busts out an article. It says, we're happy to update to report the Pan-African Connection won't have to sweat out its situation much longer. A week after someone broke its rooftop AC units, the longtime bookstore, art gallery, and resource center got great news when a Garland-based contractor, NTD Mechanical, offered to donate the parts and labor for 40 units, which would have cost $20,000.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing. But my question is, and this is all I want to know. Are there no Black-owned HVAC companies in Dallas? Are there no Black people in Dallas who appreciate Pan-Africa to the point where they can come up with $20,000?
I think there are.
Are there? Where are they at? Why is it?
Got no excess 20,000.
Why is it a white-owned company have to come in and save a Black-owned company called Pan-African Connection?
Because we need help financially.
But y'all told me all I gotta do is start a business, though. So where are all these Black businesses who can't come up with 20,000? The 20,000 is apparently nothing for this guy. He's like, 20,000, I got it. Get off of GoFundMe and take this money? Where are all these black businesses in a shopping center owned by a black man? We're
going to have to be honest about our financial situation, and that's where we begin, right there. When we're in duress, and this is in no way, see, I hate to tell the truth because people always think you're saying that this group of people, these white people, are superior. And that's not what we're saying at all. What we're saying is when you have a freeze on wealth and it's rigged to work in your favor and not mine. That's how it works.
When the country is created by and for man who own land, Christian, straight, white, that gives you like a 300-year head start. And from there, you can pretty much get away with anything and pretty much do anything, pretty much mess up 1,000 times. So that's the kind of the two Americas we're talking about. It's always been two Americas. Black unemployment rate has always been double that. Mm-hmm. We already talked about the median income in the city of Dallas.
34,000.
34,000 compared to 47,000.
50,000.
50,000. So, I mean, there's always been two Americas.
And we see it. We live it. We've had to endure and we've had to make excuses for a long time while we prove to ourselves and prove to everybody else that we can work just as hard and we read just as good and we get just as many degrees and we get just as many accolades. We've done that, been there, done that. We created damn near everything. Shit, that means something. So with that being said,
what the fuck has changed?
What the fuck has changed? Mass incarceration is still booming. I was looking at some shit in Louisiana. You just spoke about some shit in Louisiana a while ago. And they paying them less than $1 an hour. Yep. That's legal to work.
Yep.
When you're incarcerated because the Constitution didn't free us.
13th Amendment says you're not a slave unless you're
convicted of a crime.
Unless you're convicted of a crime. That's basically what it says. So all these things are still happening around us. We don't have to like open up a history book, which you should do. But you don't have to open up a history book and like, man, who cares about this old stuff? Like, no, we can talk about stuff now. 2018 is going on. We know Dallas County is the capital of DNA exonerations. Like, what the heck? That means that people are discovering new DNA that's freeing them of a crime that they were falsely accused of. Dallas County is the capital of that. You don't need to look nowhere.
Further.
Right here.
Yeah.
So definitely things have changed, but I always like to say things have really evolved. I don't really think much has changed. We read an article earlier, and it says that, you know, instead of beating the shit out the slaves, they just open up a school and teach them Christian doctrine. Now, why would you think someone would teach you Christian doctrine if they don't think that is going to do the same thing that if it does to you when they beat you, which is control you, which is instill fear, which is make them appear as greater than. Like I can't beat you, but I can devise all new ways to control you and make you scared and revere me. Just like I can't make you sweat outside all day, but I can exploit you. I can indebt you where you working all day. I can increase the price of everything. I can shut you out from all work. Or I can enslave you if I can just, you know, incriminate you of something. Like, nothing has changed is the answer. It's just evolved.
It's evolved. And same fears that I know that we've had over the centuries, as we discussed earlier, I still have today. The truth is not something to be used so you can say, well, this is depressing. And I don't know why we still talking about this. We're still talking about it because it is relevant. We're still talking about it because there's a debt owed to put us where we need to be. Because if you look at the data, Black wealth is drying up and we're going backwards. Which America are you from? Get your hair did. Eat you some ribs.
For me too.
I'm gonna eat some if I get hold to some. So y'all put in the comments where your barbecue gonna be at.
Hamilton Park, I'm there.
Yes, it has to be within a certain radius of where I'm at. But reflect upon who you are and where you stand in this political climate. If you are a descendant of slaves, you are very different from any other person of color as it pertains to your relationship with America.
Mm-hmm.
Stop comparing yourself to everybody. Look at yourself in your true light. I don't give a damn how many kente cloths and all this shit that you wear. You're appropriating. You're from America. This is your country. And we need to demand from our country what we deserve, because the same government that's stopping everything can be the same government that opens this shit back up if we play our cards right. They're very corrupt as well. We have to learn how to maneuver that. This is not the only way that I feel that we need to work. We also do need to have our own systems in place for different things. We'll talk about all of that. But politics, we need to definitely play that game.
The only thing I got to say is that even though we are both Black, we got completely different lineages. You have one that has a separate, completely different relation and origin with America.
Yeah.
So absolutely, you should go for what's yours. And, July 4th.
I always celebrate you because you understand your position and mine to a degree that is way beyond your time. I appreciate you for that. I've learned a lot from you just on my own, who I am, where I stand, what I should be doing.
Thank you. I've learned a lot from you as well.
Already. What y'all got going on? What y'all doing for the 4th? I ain't doing shit. I really don't do too much for none of the holidays no more. It's when it's get real, it gets real, man.
What you
I want to eat though. I want something good to eat.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody for tuning in. I mean, I think the Pecan is closed. The Pecan Lodge, everybody goes to that. You heard of that? No, that's just the white folks.
The Pecan
in Deep Ellum.
I don't go out. I don't know what's popping there. What's popping, y'all? What y'all doing for the 4th? Do we go out on the 4th or do we go to the family barbecue?
We just usually go to the family barbecue, find some place with some cold beer and some, hot barbecue, some spicy stuff, some fireworks. Kaboom Town. Everybody go to Kaboom Town. But yeah, we definitely appreciate everybody for tuning in. We hope we hope that you were able to reflect and think about this day. If not, think about it today. You can think about it tomorrow. We're going to share it ad nausea tomorrow because tomorrow is the actual day.
Don't be all sensitive and shit, talking about Sheeta and Bab, try to make you all depressed. Do some push-ups in your mind. Strengthen your mind. We're not crying for 2018 and on out.
Yeah, because we already told y'all that you can eat your little barbecue.
The truth is the truth.
Okay, so
you know who you are. Eat your barbecue too. We make the best barbecue. What kind of sauce y'all using, man? Sweet Baby Ray's. What's that shit called? Sweet Baby Ray's.
Sweet Baby Ray's. And we know y'all niggas want to boycott the NFL, so we not trying to make y'all stop eating barbecue. And we know that's. And to be honest, this might be a whole nother episode. Barbecue is a part of Black Texas culture.
Yes, it is.
So
You
I mean,
better not.
how can you just like stop eating all of a sudden?
Okay.
You're basically
Ain't
saying
no stop eating.
just stop taking part of your culture. That's why you see a lot of these medical issues now. You have doctors saying you should stop doing this, stop doing that. Well, if this habit of food is so baked into my culture, then how the fuck can I just cut it off? Like it ain't just that easy. It's in my like DNA.
I've been
It's like
trying
telling
to
me stop
eat
eating fufu.
vegetables and
It's not happening.
shit.
I'm not
So if
stopping
y'all
eating
got some ribs for me, I'm gonna eat them.
And I know vegan
It's
ribs.
about that time.
I
I'll
don't-
try some vegan ribs. But
I've had vegan ribs at the Spiral Bakery in Bishop Parks. I think it was. Hopefully, I ain't just in that y'all. I'm pretty sure it was a Spiral Bakery. No,
yeah, like
no, it was like some tofu ribs or something like that. Hey, y'all, like, share, subscribe at the D.E.N. Dallas Data Entertainment News. We might be back tomorrow on our regularly scheduled appearance.
this gonna be on Thursday, not tomorrow.
Lord have mercy, y'all.
This man got his days mixed up. It's gonna be all right. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to hold each other down. I'm gonna help you with your days.
Appreciate it.
You gotta be there for one another.
I think it's your
But you can stop that motherfucker out later time.
Man, for real.
Chasing out the death so we can